To see you once again. It's our pleasure to welcome Bilhal Kone, the newest member of the Baltimore Ravens. Bilhal, thank you very much for joining us today.
Yes, sir.
Reminder, please use the raise hand function if you have a question. And to start things off, we will go with Ryan Mink.
Congratulations, Bilal.
Thank you.
Can you just talk about your connection with the Ravens in the pre-draft process and whether you thought that they could be the team for you?
Well, I've always been a fan. Their defense has always been just a great defense to watch. They got dogs. You got Kyle Hamilton, and then you just got Malaki Starks, which is someone who I've had a relationship with throughout the last couple of months. We've been working out at the same spot over in Tampa, so we've been competing against each other, making each other better, joking around. So we got close throughout there. So like being able to come here with him and getting right back to it is really, really great. Really great.
We'll go to Garrett Downing.
I guess just along those lines, what have been your impressions of Malachi and the two of you working together, and just kind of the thoughts of certainly you'll be connected and coming here to Baltimore, but the connection that the two of you will share here as rookies coming here.
Yeah, can you guys still see me? Yeah,
Gotcha.
for me, it was the connection we got already is just going after everything, just going at each other, learning about each other, the type of player we are, the type of attitude we come in with. So yeah, I can't wait to see what it brings.
We'll go back to Ryan Mink.
Yeah, can you just tell us, what you're going to bring here to Baltimore? What kind of player you are?
So you're gonna get a dog. You're gonna get a guy who's willing to play whatever it is that's about winning. That doesn't care when it is he has to lace up. You're gonna get that type of player. You're gonna get a dog with a chip on his shoulder. You're gonna get a guy who's been through the longest journey. You're gonna get a guy who has fought through every type of adversity you could probably think of. A guy who's seen a lot of different perspectives and is grateful and humble, but at the same time willing to work and ready for that spot at any time. That's the type of guy you get in.
Gianna Han.
Congrats. I was wondering if you know or have watched any of the current Ravens cornerbacks and what you're excited about working with them once you get here.
Honestly, for me, I'm grateful to be working with anybody who's in the NFL. Guys who I'm going to be able to learn from. You guys have a tremendous group. Always been known as a great defensive team. So I'm ready for whoever's willing to help me out. Be a mentor in that room. That's all I'm ready for.
Go back to Garrett Downing.
You mentioned the journey and the adversity, and I'm sure that's going through your head when you get a moment like this. How have you? Is that something that you kind of thought about in the moment of getting this pick of the culmination of all that led up to this moment?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, just going from JUCO to Indiana State to Western Michigan, all those flashbacks are definitely reminiscent around these times right now, especially just sitting down and watching it happen in front of me. It is a surreal full circle moment as well, just seeing all this and then having my family here, and seeing what I've been through, seeing the challenges I've overcame throughout football. Yeah, snap. It's definitely been real.
It just on the JUCO route, like what does that mean to go from the JUCO route to make it to this point to the NFL?
Yeah, so the JUCO route, it's where you find out how much you really love football. It's a place where you just sit, put your feet in the dirt and work every day, and if you don't really like football, you'll probably be gone before the end of the week. So it showed me my purpose. It showed me how much purpose I really have. It showed me how much I'm willing to sacrifice. And I found my consistency there. So I'm grateful for sure.
We'll go to Sam Cohn.
Hey, Bilal, congratulations. Want to ask, I saw you had posted on Twitter, I believe it's your late baby brother's birthday. Just curious how special it is to be drafted on today of all days.
Um, I Me and my brother got on the phone. My brother plays basketball over in Australia, so we got on the phone and he told me like there's no coincidence about this happening today, and we know that for a fact. And we're just so blessed that I was able to get picked on this day, and it's also my little brother's birthday. So knock two birds with one stone. It's another day to celebrate my birthday, my brother's birthday. Um, I was thinking about that all morning, honestly. That was that was more on my mind than a lot of things. So I'm really grateful, and I know he's watching above, just guiding all of us. So I'm appreciative for him.
We'll go to Ryan and then wrap things up with Gianna, please.
Yeah, can you talk a little bit more about your upbringing and childhood? I read that your family was unhoused for a bit, and you found kind of different housing and moved in with some people.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the challenges that you've already overcome in your life and how that has shaped you as a person?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of challenges. I mean, coming here first from Ivory Coast. I mean, I was born here, but I came back to the US. I had to learn English, I had to my first language was French, so picking up English, then going from my freshman year, my little brother passed away, and that's when like the motive came. That's when the purpose came a little bit, and I had an idea of how great of a person he was on this earth. But then that's when perspectives came in, and I grew up a little quicker than most guys had to, and so carrying that on to JUCO was kind of what willed me a little more than other guys that kept me around, and knowing that I had something that I wanted to make something out of, people that I wanted to make proud, my little brother. And so me and my brother always fought like that for him. We always put our best foot in front, not for us, but because of my little brother. And that's what we do every day. And that's what my mom does every day. And we live through him as well. So going through that, going to JUCO, that's honestly when it started for me. But then in high school, yeah, I did end up moving out of my mom's place because we couldn't be together because of financial reasons. So I moved in with some other people who really helped me out throughout the way, and I was grateful for that as well. And so a lot of perspectives have really helped me until this day, which I'm super grateful for.
And Gianna, we'll close it out with you, please.
I saw Seeking University that you suffered injury last year where I guess you weren't able to eat for a while. Can you talk a little about that and what it was like to fight back through that, and then get to the point you are now?
You said what? I'm sorry.
The injury that you suffered at the end of last season that had you miss the end of the season, what was it like to fight back through that? Or in 2022, sorry.
Oh yeah.
And going from, I guess, like a liquid diet and then getting back on
Yeah.
the field.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, honestly. It happened during the game when I was at Indiana State, but I didn't feel it until after the game was over. And after the game was over, I told them I could barely breathe, I could barely eat. So I stayed the night I think we were in South Dakota, and I stayed the night there instead of flying back with the team. And they told me that I kind of like fractured something in my hyoid, I think it was. And so that took me out for just like a month or something, a month maybe. But yeah, I didn't finish the rest of that season. But I mean, I could barely eat, so I was on liquid diet. Yeah, and it was it was not fun. I was missing my burgers. I was missing a lot of those types of things that I usually eat. So, but I bounced back quick just because I wanted to heal and I knew I needed to transfer. I needed to get to my new situation. So I bounced back pretty quick.
Well, Bilal, thank you for joining us today.